So we all know that Jalen Rose, Jeff Van Gundy, a lot of vets, talented ones, have officially been parted ways and have been laid off from ESPN. And Malika Andrews is still on there, Kendrick Perkins as well. And I want to go ahead and point something out, because we never heard an apology from Malika Andrews after all the controversy that she's done caused, all the stuff that she said about black male athletes. And the fact that Jalen Rose had to be forced to say an apology after he spoke about the whole situation that happened with the Celtics coach, Ime Udoka. And mind you, Jalen Rose didn't say anything wrong. He was actually spitting facts. And then moments later, he's forced to say an apology.
To piggyback on Stephen A's point about what Ime did, we know his name. Maybe I'm missing something as it relates to the law, but why we don't know her name? It's not like she's a minor. I feel like we should know her name publicly as well. But with that being said, I respectfully disagree with the legend Michael Wilbon. This is why. I feel like he deserves the opportunity to work again. And if he's going to work again,
I agree with
based on that, and if the Nets, who he's familiar with, I'm Jalen Rose, and I would like to apologize for a comment I made earlier on NBA Countdown. I question why a woman's name who had an alleged affair with Celtics head coach Ime Udoka was not made public. After an internal investigation, and it was discovered that she was a subordinate to the head coach, I now understand fully why her name should not be released to the public. Now back to our NBA coverage.
But Malika Andrews and her sister can do false reporting, speak on a deceased NBA player, publicly can defame an NBA players and coaches, and they was never fined, they was never suspended, they're not even fired, and didn't have to, say an apology or anything like that. Not really so her sister, but, Malika Andrews is who I'm speaking about specifically. Now, there are some reports that I've read that were explaining why Jalen Rose is possibly fired. So I'm going to go ahead and read the source to you. I don't think it was 100% this, but some of this does possibly play a part. So I'm going to go ahead and read the sources. Now, some people have been saying that Disney is playing a part with this because they have lost tons and tons and tons of dollars. And this is the main reason why they're laying off all these people. But let's get to Jalen Rose. So it says Rose has been surviving with his pregame show, but making millions. He had been a target as ESPN likes some of its emerging analysts, such as Kendrick Perkins, JJ Redick, and Richard Jefferson, which can lead to why Kendrick Perkins is actually still on ESPN and not Jalen Rose. Now, they're saying this second incident could been the reason why ESPN let go of Jalen Rose. And we all know about this situation when Malika Andrews false Me Too'd Jalen Rose, saying that he was stuck his finger in her armpit when she said, "Get your finger out of my armpit," live on air. And we all know it wasn't Jalen Rose because everybody started saying that it was Richard Jefferson that came from behind and stuck his finger in her armpit. So I don't believe this is exactly the reason why, but it could play a part. But at the end of the day, what Malika Andrews has said about these NBA players, what she said about black athletes, is nothing compared to any of this that Jalen Rose has done. And this comes to question, why is Malika Andrews not fired? Why is she still allowed on ESPN? Why haven't we heard an apology? Why haven't she apologized to any of these athletes that she's disrespected? These NBA players need to stop getting interviewed by this woman, and they need to do the same thing that Giannis Antetokounmpo did. At the end of the day, ESPN is slowly declining to the point where they ain't gonna have nobody. And I'm not tuning into ESPN, so I want to hear everybody's opinion. So comment down below, let me know how you guys feel about this whole situation, about all these vets getting laid off, and how Malika Andrews is still here after all the controversy she's done caused. Like the video if you found it informative. I love every single one of you guys. I appreciate all you guys who tune into my videos. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.